AfricaCom, the continent's premier technology and telecommunications event, brought together industry leaders, policymakers and experts to discuss the critical issues shaping Africa's digital transformation. A central theme that emerged from the summit was the urgent need to bridge the digital divide that continues to hinder Africa's progress. According to the International Telecommunications Union, only 36% of Africans have access to the internet. This stark statistic highlights the immense gap that exists between Africa and other regions of the world in terms of digital adoption and utilization.
A lot of the population is still unconnected. And I don't just mean wireless and all of that, I mean essentially internet. So if you look at internet access, the global average is about 66%, but for Africa is 40%. And if you're looking at 4G, just 4G and 5G, we are standing at about 20-something%, while the rest of the world is over 60%. So we have a long way to go.
The consequences of this digital divide are far-reaching.
We do not have enough homegrown creators. We do not have homegrown innovators because they lack access. They lack the tools that are necessary, the networks that they need for them to execute whatever plan they have. We have a lot of health tech companies at Startup Bootcamp AfriTech, and they have struggled to help mothers, pregnant mothers, or people who are in the rural areas to get their products, because those services and products are very important. And it's a life or death matter, but people can't access that stuff because they do not have access to the internet or connectivity.
Huawei Sub-Saharan Africa President Liu Chen says the vision for Africa is to build one network and one cloud. He cited Uganda as among the African countries on the right path.
A national fiber optical backbone could increase the GDP of African countries by up to 5%. Take Uganda as an example. Currently, the Uganda government has planned a total of 5 phases for building the national backbone network. After the first 4 phases of the project, supported by Huawei, the all-optical backbone network in Uganda has covered 33 urban areas and connecting 1,408 government departments.
Some analysts argued that expanding broadband infrastructure, particularly in the rural areas, is crucial to connect more people to the internet.
In Africa, I've been in Africa in a lot of places, including rural places. The availability of 3G and 4G sometimes is not prolific compared to in the urban areas. Maybe we as providers and vendors, we need to collaborate to ensure that this 3G and 4G also penetrate all the way to the rural areas and to the places where it is required the most, so that when we change these feature phones, the feature 2G phones to 3G, there are resources available to take over.
We have to address all the drivers of connectivity, right? We have to address issues like power, because there's no point in giving someone connectivity if they don't have access to power. You have to address issues like infrastructure. We still have not connected a lot of our countries. Yes, we have transformed and we've connected. We've added a lot more people on our networks, but we still have a lot of gaps that we need to address. Today, the most connected country is Morocco. In Morocco, is 88% of the people are connected. But if you look at the list in Africa, which is Congo, it's only 7%. I mean, these statistics are absolutely shocking.
The Africa Telecommunications Union Secretary General John Omo says Africa needs to focus on forward-looking digital infrastructure for economic emancipation.
Even between countries or inside countries, people are not collaborating well. If you walk the streets of Kampala, for example, today you see one ICT company digging infrastructure across the road. Tomorrow, 100 meters away from that, another company is digging for a duct, for a fiber across the road. Why can't we have an integrated infrastructure development plan for Kampala to say that if you're building a road in Kampala, as a contractor, it is incumbent upon you to ensure that ducts are provided underground, so that if there's need to lay a fiber across the road. We don't have to dig it. The duct is already there. One just puts fiber in that duct, and it links across the road.
The AfricaCom 2023 conference, running under the theme Building Future-Oriented Digital Infrastructure for Africa, attracted ministers from Africa, ICT experts, and the private sector. The communications and technology ministers from African countries agreed to promote future-oriented intelligent digital infrastructure for Africa. Huawei, a global leader in information and communications technology, also showcased their latest innovations at the event, spanning from artificial intelligence, fintech, machine learning, gaming, and many more.
This largest technology event on the African continent happens at the time when the rest of the world is embracing machine learning, artificial intelligence, and 5G technology. But Africa is nowhere to be seen when it comes to this front. Industry players say that if Africa is to join the digital transformation drive, the African governments must prioritize investment in infrastructure and reducing on the cost of internet. I am Samuel Ssenono for EBC TV News in Cape Town, South Africa.